Me
So
too.
welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. This is Soul Side Out. Myself, Lillian Suarez, and Luann Beecher. We
Hello.
are um, soul sisters, mediums, healers. We are just instruments in our eyes. We just want to show up for the world while we can. And part of showing up for the world is us coming together and creating Soul Side Out. We were just talking a little bit about how we met, and it's been incredible from the beginning. Seriously, we were taking a class together. We were unaware of each other, and we're walking around with these little USBs, and they're recording our readings because it was for certification. And I remember getting this cowboy, and I kept getting this cowboy, and the cowboy boots, and the cowboy belt. And I was like, who's this cowboy for? And I was so frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. Lunchtime comes and I'm like, I keep getting this cowboy. No one's taking it. And the medium next to me, and I don't even remember who it was, says, well, did you ask them who they're here for? And I said, you know what? I didn't. I didn't, as a matter of fact. And then I asked and I heard the name Luann, clear as day. And then they said, I think there's a Luann in
There's
the class.
somebody in the class by that name.
And that's how I found Luann and became her pain in the ass for the rest of the course.
That's okay. That's okay. Like we've had a lot of adventures together since 2013. It's
That was
almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Because we're coming up on the 2023 class, the Soul Side Out Mediumship class.
Can you believe
So it'll be
that?
10 years in
10
July that
years.
we were joined together.
We're joined together. And I have to say, I think what's very interesting about us just as friends and also as mentors is that Luann was an editor, and so she has a keen eye to write and to, really obviously trust what she gets spiritually, but she's very detailed when she does. I mean, I don't ever get tired, Luann. Honestly, I'm not bullshitting of seeing you read. I love it. Like here in the South and down to the West, I'm like, what the fuck? And the recipient's like, yes, we lived in Virginia and then we went to New York. I'm like, what? Okay, that was
My
brilliant.
spiritual GPS, yes.
I promise you, it's brilliant. But we came together and we're very different, yet the passion that we have is very much the same. The passion that we have for this, the respect that we have for each other, because of the commitment that we both give to this journey, the commitment that we gave to ourselves. And I gotta say, she was my sounding board. She was my battery pack. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for Luann, and that's the honest to God
Well,
truth.
I feel the same way about you because you were my teacher for a long time. And being brave enough to embrace the teaching part of mediumship, which is now my absolute favorite thing to do.
See?
I love teaching. I do. So we've had this course since 2015 and it has evolved in the same way that we have evolved.
Absolutely.
And it started out as different levels, 4 weeks here, 6 weeks there, and is now morphed into this 10-month-long amazing mediumship course that takes you from knowing nothing to being able to be a professional medium, if that's what you choose to do. So,
100%. And
we cover it all.
And you know what, Lou, I think, and I was gonna say that we're different, obviously, because of, we come from different places. We grew up very different. And it's so beautiful how we bond. I love you. You're my soul sister for life. But
well, I love
also
you
the
too.
way we think, I love it. The way we think is also very beautiful because I'm very right brain, you're very left brain. And when we're bringing our teachings, you're getting both. And I think that's important because I've learned to deal with students that are left brain because of Lou, and Lou has learned to deal with students that are right brain because of me. And in the beginning, we taught this together. We taught this class together. So we're going to go into detail about, how we're offering this class as Soul Side Out, but we would teach it together, which you guys still get all of the handouts and the homework based on both our journeys and both our opinions and both our experiences. And so you get right brain, left brain. mind and no mind. And I think that that's really brilliant. Like it's so fun because the students will be like, okay, today, Lou's coming. Yay, we're gonna get this great conversation, this great structure. All right, Lily's coming. What the hell's gonna happen? I don't know. So and
Keeps
you're very,
everybody on their toes.
but at the same time, I have to say, Luann, I remember the very first time I traveled to Maryland, and you're walking around preparing us for an event, and you're talking, and I'm looking at you. She's talking to you. And she was talking out loud to her guides, and I said, oh my god, I never do that. And again, the little things that you learn from each other when you love each other, when there's humbleness, when there's love, everything becomes so much greater. And so I remember that, Lou, I will never forget that, because that really allowed me to surrender a little bit more, because when I saw you prep and then I saw the outcomes based on how you were changing things at the moment when you were getting the information, it was so brilliant.
It's all a process though. My mediumship is not the same now as it was probably even 3 years ago, because practice, the more you do it, the closer you become with spirit, and you learn from it. And from those things that we learn, that's what we share with everybody in the class. So hopefully they don't have to have some of the struggles that you and I had in our development. So when Lillian and I were talking and going over the course, because we're at the end of the 2022 class, which is exciting. They only have 2 classes left.
It feels like this year went so quick, Lou.
It did go quick. It did. So we were talking about the class and what can we do to make it accessible to more people. And so we've been teaching it on Wednesday evenings, every Wednesday during the course. And with the exception of summer, and I can even get into that in a bit, but there are some people that just can't commit to a weekly class. So what we've decided to do is we are going to still offer the weekly class, but we're also going to offer it as a monthly class on the second Saturday of the month, and it'll be a 6-hour class on Saturday. We're also adding a circle every month on the third Saturday of the month, which will be for both classes to come together to practice.
Which is so cool, because all the students get to merge and come together, and they get to have both of us as well. Like, even though they have both of us all the way across the board, because we have, the information that the course is made of is both our experiences. But what I also love about us, Lou, is, and I have to give you the credit, is that honestly, Luann has taken the time to make changes as we go. As we grow as psychic mediums, we change how we perceive things and how we see things. We don't stay comfortable. And that's because Spirit tells us to. And man, it's a pain in the butt. It really is, to have to redo the course and move everything down. But we know that that's how we want it. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Luann, thank you.
But I think every time we change it, it's better. It gets 100%. Better every time. So absolutely. Yeah, we've taken trips together to review the whole course and rewrite, and I'm very proud of the course that we put together. We cover so much in the 10 months.
So let's talk about that, Lulu. Like, let's talk about how we cover it and the structure of how we provide them the information and then the topics.
So in the very beginning, the thing I think we were missing maybe a few years ago was the personal development part of it, that you really have to get to know yourself before you start to work with the spirit world. And that's our experience and our understanding. So we take you from building the foundation for your mediumship journey, and it's creating a sacred space and learning to meditate, practicing deep breathing, grounding, balancing, mindfulness, self-accountability, positive thinking. You do mirror work. We talk about boundaries, and then we get into the energetic body, where you learn about the aura and the chakras and how do you sound and color and crystals and using a pendulum to check your chakras. There's just so much in that foundational level that you really get to know yourself in a much deeper way. And we found that people have had great positive change just in that level 1. So that's important. Then we move into level 2, which is mediumship versus psychic. You start out doing psychic work, and then you move into the mediumship aspect of it. You learn about the clairs and your guides and how to structure a reading and symbolism and getting past no's and getting names and numbers and blending, melding, and merging with spirit, the different levels of blending. And that's what you go through in the level 2. And you begin to do readings about halfway through level 2. So we kind of ease you in, and it's for the person that really their soul wants to express itself in the world through mediumship, but they don't really have a way of doing that. And that's what this course gives you. We even talk about grief. I think grief is one of the things that maybe doesn't get touched on in a lot of courses, but people are coming to you in various stages of grief, and you have to understand that also. So it's all part of that first 2 levels of mediumship.
Absolutely. And I think, development is healing, and we kind of bring you guys in the first part to understanding what the org field is, what the chakras are, how those work with your faculties, your feeling, hearing, seeing, knowing or understanding that part. Because as we move into our spirit body and residing there and working in there more, that's where our emotional body is, right? And that's where our trapped emotions are. So what you gain from level 1 is so valuable in my eyes, in my opinion, because I feel like you can use that forever, not just for this class, not just for spirituality, but it makes you a better person, and it gives you tools for yourself, for loved ones. If you eventually teach, if you eventually want to have a circle, the world needs us all. So we want to give you guys things to work independently and not have to feel like you don't, if something's happening, you got to seek a healer. You have tools, obviously, if that's what you want to do, but you have the tools. Then you go into level 2, and I'm sorry, Lulu, then now level 3, or
nope, we did the personal development's 1, and then I had talked about level 2, which is basically the mechanics of mediumship, if you're gonna put it all, taking important steps on your mediumship journey.
Yep. So that's level 1, level 2,
2.
right? Then level 3.
And then level 3 is during the summer. So you'll be doing a lot of practice readings during the summer. Most of it is independent, but we still do offer circles during the summer so that you can come in, work together, have guidance from Lillian and myself in your readings. And you're going to spend the summer months really working on your own readings and how does mediumship work for you. Because if it was as easy as opening a book and saying, this is how you do mediumship, there'd be more mediums out there. But we all have to learn how to do it our own way with basic foundation to give you the guidance. And then you move on to level 4.
Absolutely, Lou. And I always like to say, there's no wrong way, it's just your way. And development is about finding your way.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for, is to guide you and support you in finding your own way. Absolutely. So yeah. And then level 4 is taking all that stuff that you learned and going deeper with it, deeper with your evidence, longer readings. And we even have a section in there at the end that if you decide that this is what you want to do for work, for business, the business aspects of it, client agreements, insurance, all those kind of things that we think are really important that you have in place when you're
and this course is online
for a profession.
Absolutely. And this is online. This is offered online, so you can be on your the convenience of your home.
Hmm.
And all of our classes are recorded. So we offer this class as a monthly class, a weekly class, and we also offer this as a self-study.
We do have the self-study, and that's through Soul Side Out that we offer. And those are 3 different levels. It's written a little bit different than the full course. But we do have a Facebook group where anybody doing the self-study courses can join. And we offer Q&A sessions so that you can come in, ask questions about mediumship, about the things that you're doing in the self-study course. So yeah, there's lots of different avenues to do it. The thing that I'm really excited about the Soul Side Out for next year, though, is that we're able to offer it to more people. And with that being said, they're still going to fill up. They're already filling now. So that's why we wanted to get it out there and let you know if this is something you're thinking about for 2023, because of course we'll start in January, that maybe take a look and see if this is the right course for you. So it starts in January, ends in the beginning of November.
And so the monthly class is again the second Saturday, pretty much through the year. And then the weekly class is on Wednesdays, and that time is 7 Central Standard Time.
Right. So it's I'm East Coast, so it's 8 for me, and then so 8, 7, 6, 5 o'clock in Pacific.
And then, so the classes are recorded. We do take a limited amount of students because we want to give everybody individual attention. I think that's it feels much better doing it that way.
I agree.
Being able to coach, being able to show up and see you guys individually. So, we understand and know some people love the interactive class and prefer it, but there are people that want to develop and their soul is ready to work and understand, be understood, but they don't have that time to commit every week. So that's why we created the self-study.
And you work at your own pace. And when you purchase the self-study, you own it forever. There's not a certain time that you have to start and finish it. Once you've purchased it, it's yours. So lots of options.
Yes, 100%. You guys are in a student chat. You guys will be put in a classroom, which is in Facebook. Within the classrooms, you have what we call guides, what we set up as guides, and you have your handouts there. Of course, if you're somebody that's not on social media, that is not a problem. We could email you the handouts as well with all of the links. But we do have the handouts via Facebook in the groups available to you. And I just, I love how, so this course was put together based on our development. So we basically sat and said, okay, I had the course outlined already. And then Lou goes, okay, let me see what my story is and where I want to add and where I want to expand. And then the course got even better. And she was able to obviously make it better every year, because I think since we've been teaching, Lou, you modify it every year.
It has been modified every single year. Yes.
And because every year we're like, oh, a moment, holy shit. Sorry, excuse my language, but we've been talking about that for years, but something clicked different this year, and I think having a community, me and Lou have each other. When we're going through things, we call each other. It's like, oh my God, Lou, I'm going through this, or you going through it. And for a lot of years, we were so in sync that we would go through the phases together. Detox, healing, whatever that looked like. So, if your soul is ready to work, if you're feeling a little crazy because you're being extra sensitive and you're feeling people's emotions and people's thoughts, it can feel that you're a little crazy, but you're really not. You're just sensitive to impressions and what you're feeling around you and in your world. People sometimes take this course for themselves. They don't take it to be a medium to read people. They take it to connect with their own loved ones. They take it to be able to not feel crazy, to ground, to shield. We go from the beginning to the end. grounding, shielding, guides, clairs, auric field, chakras. How do you get names? What's symbology? How do you ground? How do you shield? Again, what else are the other topics that we talk about?
Even if you go through in the beginning about grounding and balancing and mindfulness and your self accountability, gratitude, lots and lots of information, that will take you from the person that doesn't know very much about mediumship, but they know that this is something that they've had an interest in. And for some people, it's from the time that they were a small child and they've kind of suppressed it. And it's time in their life to make the commitment to do this for themselves and to be able to help others. So it's just a
100%.
beautiful journey.
So Lou, let's talk about what they can do if they're interested. We already have many people messaging me on Facebook.
Oh, good.
I
Good.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
because I can't
excited.
see any of that and it's okay.
As SoulSide Out, we do have a process. We do want to be energetically responsible. So to be honest with you guys, we will screen you. There is an application, and
Mhm.
then if you're accepted, we'll send you an acceptance letter. When we say energetically responsible, we just look at, how we feel about it. Is it a fit for you or is it not a fit for you? Because it might sound good, but maybe your
Right.
spirit needs
Well, I'll
something.
tell you, there's people that are so enthusiastic about mediumship that they sign up for every course that they see. The
Mhm.
problem with that, of which, not that it's a problem for them, but for us, this course is demanding. It's for the serious person. You're going to be spending about an hour a day, every day, working on mediumship. So it's not for somebody that just wants to dabble. This is for the person that's really serious and wants a serious course of study in mediumship. So yeah, that's the self-study would be good for people that don't have that kind of time commitment. But
And
what, yeah, that's why we screen. It's like you're taking too many classes. You're not going to have time to devote to this.
yeah, if you're taking something else, and we look at it energetically, meaning like, okay, oof, you're taking shamanic class, that's a year long. Well, when you're doing that, you're healing a lot of your spirit body. We'll probably say, why don't you try it back next year? And sorry, that's my dog. Why don't you try it
I was
back
just going
next
to say,
year?
I see a dog shadow in the
Yeah,
background.
that's the little dog over here.
Uh,
Why don't you try back next year? Sorry.
right.
You
Well,
know,
so if somebody's interested, all they have to do is shoot us an email,
so why don't you tell?
soulsideoutcourse@gmail.com, and just say that you're interested in the course. We send you an application. The application outlines what's in the course, what the expectation is. And if you, after you get the application, if you feel like this is something you want to commit to, then you just apply and we'll see where it goes from there. Sometimes
Um,
I talk to people. I have a Zoom session tomorrow with somebody that applied, and I was like, I think we need to talk first to make sure that this is the best course for you.
Absolutely. And I love that about us because,
Mm-hmm.
again, we genuinely care. We know what it is to commit, and we know how brave and courageous someone is when they decide to take the step the way we were. And, it for me, it's 15 years in. I think for you, I don't know how long you've been doing this,
I'm think I'm
developing,
I think
working.
I'm at 25 years of doing mediumship.
So,
I
it's
started
a
in the late 90s, so whatever, wherever that was,
it's a big
to here.
commitment. But what I
Mhm.
love of what I it's a big commitment, and we one of the other things I think that makes this comfortable in our interactive classes is that what happens in the class stays in the class. It's a space for
Mhm.
everybody to be vulnerable. It's a space for everybody to be, and be able to say, hey, today I'm not feeling well, or I'm going through this, because life is going to happen in these 10 months.
Right.
Sorry guys, this like the dog. Life is going to happen in these 10 months. I'm just going to turn this off because this dog's driving me nuts. Life is going to happen in these 10 months, and we understand that, and we know that this is
Mhm.
not a race. We're still human, and we lead with compassion, because even though you're developing, you're still human. and human experiences continue to happen. Because of that is why we've implemented spiritual hygiene and the understanding of our spirit body and what we can do to help ourselves through that, you know.
Absolutely. And we
And it's
also understand people have kids, people have jobs. That would be another reason that we might have a concern if you're working two jobs. We don't want this course to be the one thing that is just too much. So it's for the,
absolutely,
I'm not joking when I say it's for the serious student. But if you're that serious student, this is the course for you.
yes, and we've been
Truly.
teaching it together for a while. So again, I'm 15 years in, Lulu's 25 years in. This is our life. This is not a hobby. We love what we do, and we're very inspired. And we grow with you guys. We appreciate the time we have with you guys. We appreciate your trust in us. And so, this is why we now offer it once a month, a 6 hour class, a 5 hour class once a month, or a weekly 2 hour class. Uh,
Yeah, it's 90 minutes to 2 hours. I, I
90,
I tend to get chatty sometimes, so it's
90
usually
minutes
two
to two
hours.
hours. And we have the self study. So you got those three options: self study, the monthly class, or the weekly class. We also offer this one on one. Me and Lulu used to do that more often. We've kind of just stopped for a little bit
Life's
with
gotten
the one on
busy.
one mentorships, but we do offer this one on one as well.
Mhm.
If you're interested in just doing the 10 months and you just want to do it one on one instead of an interactive class or a self study, we can do that as well. You can reach out to us. But if you're interested and you're guided, think about it, sit with it,
Yeah,
don't
there's a
rush it
real
because it's
beauty
not a
though to
race.
being in a group
Hmm. Working
because
collective.
they work collectively. And I'll tell you, people that are in the groups, they make lifelong friends. And
Hmm.
even after the course is over, the certified students get together every month
And
and
the
we
same
do
thing.
lots of other fun things.
Yeah. And we even talk about demonstrations, group readings. We
Mhm.
break down the readings. How, we cover a lot, and you'll see us having activities, and there's other things that you could do. That you could see our crazy butts doing during the process of the 10 months that you're with us. And Lou is so good at offering Q&As, and Lou is so good at just being consistent. She's my strength when it comes to that because I'm too right brain and I'm real
I love teaching.
go with the emotion.
I love teaching. Yeah, you're all the motion. I'm like this.
I love that, but we need that. But this
Mhm.
you've taught me to have that more. So again, guys, thank you for watching this, and this will be posted on YouTube. And if you're watching this now on YouTube, below you'll find the email that you can request an application to. We will get back to you as soon as that we can. Most times it's within 24 hours.
Mhm.
And once you submit your application, we'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours and let what we feel and give you the best advice that we can from our hearts.
Absolutely.
So
I
thank you,
love Soul Side
everybody.
Out.
Yes, so this is Soul Side Out, Lillian Suarez, Luann Beecher. If you're interested in developing, and you don't know the direction you're gonna go, listen, we're here. And we're here not just as mediums, we're here as mediums, as psychics, as healers. So as you're developing, if you start to show that, there's you have shamanic ancestors, or there's a feeling of healing that needs to come with your development, we are healers, reiki practitioners, we do shamanic stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
And
we're
sometimes you
here to
just need a
nourish.
friend,
Yeah,
and we're that too.
whatever it is that you need, we're here. Thank you, everybody, so much. We're out of here. Contact us again at where, Lou? What is the email?
It is soulsideoutcourse@gmail.com. And
Awesome.
I
Thank you.
guess then we are Soul Side Out.
We are so side out. And again, there we do limit our students. We don't go over, I think, is it what
It's
is
12 in
the
each,
12 in each? Just
max.
again,
And that's the max.
based on how we want to show up for you guys, 12 is
Is as much as we
where
can
we want to
handle.
be.
Mhm.
12 is where we want to be. So thank you everyone for taking the time to be with us for this intro video. Have a blessed rest of your day, and we look forward to working with you guys if that's what's meant to be. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye.